without score, unfortunately, but they have to make do with what they've got. Starting on T-side, Nuke, maybe not an easy prospect, knowing the kind of weaponry that opens things up for Xiao on the CT side.
I'm looking at Invictus, you know, I think this CT side is usually about aggression for the most part, getting in the face of the opponent, displacing them a little bit. D13's got to be ready for that and be able to deal with it. Nade open on the squeaky door, as well as a smoke in front for D13. As they smoke off the entrance of Annex, also some flashes over the top, but Viva's done a pretty good job from ladder base there, just tapping away. He needs to make sure he doesn't lose his life because he doesn't have armor. D13 now committing down into lower through the vent here.
I don't think they're going to be getting into lower though. World Peace here in Decon, collapsed on by flying. He'll win that duel, but there's a few more where that came from for him to win. All of Invictus have circled on that bomb. They know exactly where it is. And D13 kind of relying on Shinobi, who has just come down the vent to get something done if he finds a nice timing around a corner. So far, not really happening. But he is unspotted, so he's the X factor at the moment for D13.
But also this crossfire from the top of the silo and destroyer is actually being isolated pretty well here by Shinobi, but now they know exactly where both of the T's are. However, it's just one remaining. World Peace dealt with, and Shinobi almost gifted an opportunity on the re-peek, but destroyer comes in just to mop it up. And there it is. Invictus take that CT pistol as we head into round number 2.
Not getting off to the start that you'd want if you're D13. In fact, I think they're looking a little bit cold so far. Didn't really see very many shots being hit in that pistol, so that's a bit worrisome. You know, I definitely think there's a pretty big firepower advantage in the favor of Invictus Gaming, and if D13 don't start to punish, don't start to force some of that respect out nice and early on, then you know, you're going to have some angry Chinese men running at you from Invictus, and that's quite hard to deal with. If they feel like they can kill you, they probably can.
I was also keeping a keen eye on what Xiao would buy in this round. He's gone straight into the AUG, and he's a bit of a terror with it. I've mentioned it a few times. But Nuke CT side is something that, when I think about Invictus, I think about Xiao with that AUG on this part of the map. And see if that's going to be a problem for D13. I can only imagine that it will be. Glock's in hand this round, so they're looking to buy next. Even despite not getting bomb plant down, this will be a free farm for Invictus. Keep all 5 guns alive if they can. That's already not the case. World Peace does catch Viva, but Tamir probably doesn't manage to get the bomb down here. Flying through Decon, Xiao from Megaton. And that's going to be that. Invictus will get themselves the second round on the board. D13 going for the Force. Well, it's not really a Force anymore, is it, I suppose, but doesn't involve a full belt of util on all of those D13 members. Invictus, for their own right, are probably going to have to take a bit of a half-buy here, just keeping those MP9s. Even Viva only deciding to purchase an MP9. So, even despite Invictus winning 2 rounds in a row, D13 have the better buy going into the first gun round.
At least for the time being. Somewhat limited util. They're going to do the wall of smokes across outside and start to commit to it. Flash through the smoke. Viva does go down, even though Destroyer tried to set him up for success. Trying to cut some corners, take some risks here, Invictus, because they obviously are at a weaponry disadvantage, like you did highlight, Jordan. But D13, for the time being, it's a smoke on windows and Annex as they walk down secret. This is going to make it hard for the CTs to get a read, and I think that's why Bottle's pushing, but that is some insane transfer there.
See, I really love watching Bottle play because his mechanical genius is just perfect. And the amount of times I've seen him get these little spray transfers with perfect crosshair placement is crazy. So he at least brings that to the lineup, if not the victories we thought he'd be bringing to Invictus.
Yeah, can get himself a freebie and does. That's Destroyer out of the equation. 2 players in lower and 1 in ramp. There's not a single foot on the ground in that uppers bomb site. So there is an opportunity here for D13 if they can get the bomb, but that's the task, isn't it?
I don't know how you get the bomb from here. I mean, Xiao, he does have an incendiary as well. If he comes across, you can just chuck that down on the bomb later on in the round. And 2-man peek is going to be too much for World Peace to deal with. Same for Annihilation in the end as the repeat comes through from Bottle. And that's 3 for Invictus. 2 guns alive in a round like that, I think for Invictus is actually not a bad result.
Ace!
They had 3 MP9s.
Ace!
He's bottled him.
What's the analogy that you had, Pilsky? Bottle, something about a broken bottle or something?
He's a bit of a bottlehead.
Yeah. But when he's on, he shoots things good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Caps on today. Now, let's see if we see a faster approach from D13. Looked like they were going to nade the door. It comes through quite late, and that counter utility from Invictus slows them down. So D13 lucky they didn't go for the initial hit. However, there is a gap in this smoke, which Flying's trying to play over the top of. And he plays that perfectly, although he doesn't know Tamir's managed to lurk his way through. So fully silent on the drop down the vent. And this could be the round change, but that's if he gets into a perfect spot.
And no one's actually floated down to the B site yet from Invictus. No one interested in watching it. But I find it difficult to believe that the rest of the D13 players will get across unscathed. Well, Shinobi has 100 HP for him, but it's the cost of Annihilation's life. Xiao definitely wasn't expecting Tamir that quickly. So you are right, Mac. It was a bit of a round changer. Maybe more of a round changer than we thought it was going to be. So back to a 3-on-3.
That shot, nasty. I wish my Tech 9 worked like that. From here, Tamir just continuing to control ramps, making sure that that bomb can have safe passage down towards lowers. And it will. Invictus now looking to play for the 3-on-3 retake. They've got full control of upper, but D13, full control of lower.
Yeah, some of these rounds are getting a bit too expensive for Invictus, and this could well be one of them. Even if they win it from here, if it goes down to 2 or 1 kind of live, it just doesn't let that money build up at all. Tamir and Hastecker waiting to hold off the push from Megaton, and Orc in hand at an angle like that. He makes it look easy. It's Invictus taking way too long to get into the bomb site, and they still haven't dealt with the Orc just yet. They also have to find Shinobi. Time has most surely run out now. Someone has to get on that defuse. Luckily, there's a smoke available, and Shinobi is going to give it a crack, but he won't be able to save the day. Invictus just get the defuse. No, they don't! I thought it was done. There was half a second in it, maybe less. But D13 win the round.
You know what? The money's kind of cooked, Invictus.
Look at the shot, look at the shot, look at the shot.
Oh! Tamira!
Oh! Sorry, anyway, continue.
Tamir.
Just wanted to see that one again.
And, gorgeous. Sharp on the techie. Well, now Invictus is broke, dude. They are completely out of cash if they lose this round, and that's what happens when you lose a few too many guns and don't defuse the bomb in an anti-eco. Big opportunity for D13 to start chipping away, actually.
Indeed, indeed. How has it all gone so wrong?
Sometimes it'd be like that, Jordan, against the pistols in Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Well, it was Tamir that got down the vent. You said it, Mac. When he went down, it could be a round changer, and it definitely was.
He's done it again.
He caught Xiao, who was holding in ramp, not prepared for someone to come that quickly from the B site. They knew B was dirty by that point, but they didn't expect Tamir to be already up ramp.
Whoa.
Anyways, Deagles. Invictus likes him. Viva and Flying, you've got to keep your eyes on those two when these kinds of rounds roll around. That's for those exact reasons. Xiao with the orb this time, again thrown to another player, and he's putting it to pretty good use. 2 kills for him this time, and just when you think D13 might be putting a bit of that pressure onto Invictus, a round like this happens. No way.
Well, let's see if Destroyer can close this one out on the flank with 30 seconds remain. They know they've got full sight of that bomb on the other side of the wall to Annihilation, and this makes it so hard for him to get back out. 1 molly, 2 flashes. He needs to try to connect, and at least has the isolated fight with Destroyer here, but he goes too wide, and it's Destroyer to peek on the contact, but Flying does it himself. 4 for Invictus here on the defense, and they're really starting to get a roll on now.
Got to be another half buy. As D13 a little bit low on the cash, but that's a great round for Invictus to win. Really builds up their money. They pick up 3 8Ks as well. So if they can have a clean one here, they can actually start to get rolling on this CT side economy. Yeah, I think if this one starts to get a little bit too far out of the control of D13, I think this series is done and dusted, to be honest.
The series?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is the must-win map for him.
True, it certainly is.
Inferno and Dust 2 coming up after this? You're kidding me.
And if Invictus are playing their A game, which it seems to be.
Ooh, I don't know if I'd go that far.
well, it looks...
The piss around was good, yes.
The game they're playing looks much better than what D13 is doing at the moment. However, D13 on this T side, which you'd usually say is the least strong side on Nuke, but in recent history, you know, that T side has just received so many buffs, and with that, the way the economy is, you should be getting that 7, 8, sometimes even 9 mark these days.
Bottles the vent rotator. It's an interesting spot to put him in. I associate Bottle with a bit of an anchor player, usually. So to put him in a role where he has to make a lot of important decisions could be interesting. See how he does go with that. Viva, I think Tamir is about to sneak past him. I think he's got a sneaky suspicion, though. There's not a lot of pressure anywhere on the map, so he's going to fall back to the safety of the forklift.
Yeah, now the info's there.
Oh, they're just going to push CT spawn on him.
I love it. I love it.
I don't know how that's going to work. Flying still low. Never mind. Tamir just rockets up the ladder. Tech 9 in hand, and he's been putting that to good use today. But Viva still survives. And he knows Annihilation is there as well. So that actually works out pretty perfectly for Invictus, losing only one player. And finally, a half-decent CT round where they can build the money up.
Yeah, Viva accidentally baiting out that play fully just by running deep into CT. And then Tamir just had the peek and just drew so much attention. They were like, screw it, we're flashing it. We're all going in, boys. And they completely forgot that someone was playing from heaven. So there it is, 5 on the board for Invictus. And again, D13 are going to be able to buy up. So let's see what they can do with this buy. Annihilation on the AWP again.
They'd open up the door. See if you can see Tamir once again sneaking down the vents. It's a pretty good position to be in sometimes. Really makes big plays for the T-side team. At the moment, D13 not really in a hurry to get anywhere. Only the one player up on the rafter without any util. The rest of them sitting in lobby at the moment.
Yeah, not a whole lot that D13 can do from inners without being spotted at least.
There's a wall of smoke across outside. You can see Shinobi is already sneaking up. I'm keen to see if he commits to the right side and goes down secret. Seems like he will. And he's going to try and create some pressure over there while the rest of D13 walks into upper. It's already pulled the singular rotation. Viva has gone over to elbow. You've got Xiao Sage down here in lower. D13 actually just going to vent drop. That's really interesting.
Well, they've made a lot of noise in doing so. Xiao, how has he managed to win that one? Org, he makes it look good all the time. Destroyer drops, so does Flying. Tamir's getting a bit of work done, and right back up the vent we go.
Lurked all the way out.
But Bottle's still in Annex.
Finally, he loses an aim duel. 14-1. Viva now rushing up the heaven, but it's posted on by Annihilation. He definitely doesn't want to get down there.
Oh, and there it is. Nice shot by Annihilation, and this is exactly what D13 need. Xiao hits the Yui back down towards the B site, and he's not going to be touching this round with a 10-foot pole. Just looking to keep that weapon alive into the next, and looking at the economy that's there. Bottle should be able to drop across, and there should be a full buy still for Invictus into round number 8.
What a weird round that was.
Yeah.
You know, it's like D13 goes down, then they go back up, and you think Invictus has players here or there that can stop it, but they don't. What's going on?
Yeah, I think you saw the vent drop, right? All these players down in vent, and Tamir actually went late through the CT smoke and lurked out of upper. While they're creating pressure in vent, he just sneaks out there and kills 2 people. So it's a pretty big play to be making, allows them to reroute back towards the upper side.
Also, we finally have Skybox back. You love to see it.
That was the round-winning play for sure.
Yeah.
And if he's the caller, that's like, it's pretty heads-up play, you know, where you're calling from that lurk position sometimes, and you can just, you know what the Ts are doing, and you can kind of anticipate what position to be in and how the CTs might react and make some plays off of it.
So there's a bit of a faster play again from D13. They've also gotten Shinobi down the vent this time, so...
yeah, I think that's a spawn-based strat. Seems different player this time down the vent.
Yeah,
he's going to get down there with safety, and then the wall of smokes across outside. But are they going to dissipate?
Oh,
Bottle. How's the timing?
He's seen at least one. He's definitely heard 2. Info's got to be there for Xiao, who has started to make his way into the B-bomb site. He'll be on the rafters at the moment, the catwalk, I should say.
Again, they've got that one player lurking towards outside, just trying to lock down Annex Annihilation. South Stargate might be caught in between a rock and a hard place. 2 players in Windows, 2 players in Decon. This is a very brave spot to be playing from. Actually, smoke off on window makes this a hell of a lot better. He's just going to catch some of them running through the smoke.
Didn't quite land that spray too effectively and felt a bit awkward as a result. We're into the 4-on-3, never mind the 4-on-2 post-plant D13. It's Hasteka and Annihilation who will have to pull something out of their hat here, but a double stack in control room. I wonder if Invictus expects this.
Yeah, interesting. Annihilation taking point and just looking to draw attention so they don't clear the corner for Hasteka. But for now, it's going to be Annihilation looking sharp on the AWP, waiting for someone else to come around the corner. They don't fully clear it as Viva goes down the ramp. Now it's back to 2-on-2. Bottle coming in on the flank nice and quickly. Hasteka tries to readjust in time.
What are the
comms? But he just does not react. He didn't expect Bottle to continue on forward like that. But even so, Invictus leave it a little bit too late, and D13 put a third on the scoreboard.
Such a winnable 4-on-2 because you're never expecting 2 players from that position, and the shots on the entry hit nicely by D13 rather than Invictus. So much pressure on the time, and despite this good work, the Bottle rounds over. So D13 continue to be a thorn in the side of Invictus.
Get some good calls in. This could be the round that breaks the money. Could be a bit of a reset if they're able to take this one away. Missed their window last time. Straight out's weak here. It's actually going to be an uppers rush, and there's nobody here to stop it.
Okay, so right straight at the right time, and Invictus now already trying to play for retake. Tamir plants for Annex there, but at the moment, no one was holding, just fully reliant on the smoke. Nice shot over the top of Tetris to take the head off Annihilation, and Hasteka first point of contact here, as it is going to be a 3-man bust at Heaven. Maybe even 4 in a moment.
Well, they have a flash to jump through that smoke with, but
it's the one way.
Time is of the essence. Invictus really letting it run down. They haven't even tried to enter the site just yet. They're going to have to make this work perfectly. 4-on-5. Definitely enough defenders to make this look good for D13, and that is going to help for sure. Xiao, he's gotten one. Destroyer and Viva chiming in. It's a 2-on-1, but Shinobi has done enough. 3 kills on the defense of the A bomb site. He'll sacrifice his life for it. But they win the round regardless.
What's going on?
6 spray transfer.
Invictus taking so long on these retakes. And if they gave themselves maybe an extra 5 seconds or so there, then it could have been a completely different scenario.
Yeah.
And
I think it was also kind of an issue that they lost the bomb site so quickly.
Yeah.
That timer was just so ticked down by the time they were able to organize themselves. You know, it's kind of like a domino effect. You lose the site too early, and then it takes you a little bit too long to retake, and all of a sudden, you just don't have enough time. That was the reset round. Oh, Viva, though, up close.
Well, this is where you're going to get a highlight reel from Viva, if anywhere, but even still, through the smoke, Shinobi shuts it down before it can be too much of a problem. D13 reacting well to the curveballs that Invictus are throwing.
Yeah, their calls are good at the moment. You can see Tamir's reading this game pretty well. Hope I'm not giving someone else credit for the IGLing duties, but I'm pretty sure it's this man.
Wouldn't be the first time that's happened with the Mongolian team.
Yeah.
well, from here, D13 in a pretty good position to close out the round flying. Just wants to keep his mitts on the AWP to carry across into round number 11. He's just waiting. Destroyer as well, he's hunting for anything. He's over towards T-spawn, so in the middle of nowhere, hunting for maybe this rifle that was dropped at Outers, if it's there. With 2 weapons saved into the next, Invictus surely will be on a good enough buy. Looks like he's just lost where the weapon is. Someone must have picked it up on the way through. However, Tamir is going to gift him one on a silver platter with that aggressive play towards Outers. And with that, now there's only 2 alive at the end for D13, and look at the economy. Tamir's death there is actually pretty instrumental in the round.
Keen to see if it's going to be the double AWP here for Invictus. They definitely have the money for it. Seems like it's just going to be the singular though. And the 4 rifle. D13, like you did say, Mac, donating a handful of guns last round. So Mac 10. This might be their breaking point, actually. reducing their loss bonus, winning it themselves a couple of rounds. It's going to have to be a good call. There's a big gap in that wall of smoke now because of the Molotov thrown out by the CT side.
Let's see if the gap has the effect, though. At the moment, all things all good for Invictus, and Bottle just allowing them to cross. He's peeking that gap just a little bit too late. Viva had no idea they'd already made their way down, and that MAC-10 has some influence as well. That's going to be their first pick for D13, and they maintain control of the lower area. However, he got flying down there looking to hold, but he's only good for one as World Peace trades through.
Stecker trying to isolate that fight over towards Warehouse. Actually does kind of outposition Bottle a little bit, so that's a pretty big swing kill. D13 now have pretty much unlimited options about what they want to do. They can zoom straight up into upper, they can bide their time. Does seem like they're posturing towards the vents, but Destroyer's in a very strong position. He's actually taken Squeaky. And the door's blown open.
Oh, but they look in his direction.
What a shot!
Nasty headshot coming out from World Peace, and plenty of time to get this bomb plant secured. Zhao, they know where he was before, but he's still staying silent on this rotation back to Heaven. 1v3 though. Does he bother to go for this one? It looks like he will not. Looking to have a bit more impact in the next round rather than this. And just trying to go store himself in the warehouse. Pack into a box and ship himself off to the next round.
Well, the economy was not punished just enough there. D13, again, kind of out-positioning Invictus, out-rotating Invictus on this T side of Nuke. You absolutely love to see it. Probably enough for another buy here for Invictus. So keeping things competitive, keeping the pressure on. Going to take a tack timeout. I think Viva with a bit of a misread there. I think if he is towards the backside of Secret there and just gets a free pick, that's probably an Invictus round. That's a hell of a shot. Great counter strafe on it.
Oh yeah. Good mechanics being displayed, and just like that, D13 are in the lead. Tactical timeout for Invictus, who need to figure out what they want to do into the next.
This just shows you that Nuke is not a high fragging map, you know?
Well, it doesn't need to be.
Doesn't need to be. There's important kills, and then there's, you know, extra kills. And you get a couple of those important kills. You get that guy down the vent, kill the lower rotator, or, you know, you pick the guy on outside or something like that. Pick the ramp player. Those are the kind of ripple effects that can have a greater effect on a round than just, you know, double entering upper or something like that.
Ooh, Annihilation with an aggressive play towards Annex early, but wasn't going to be gifted anything, flying very late on that cross. Saved himself, although not for long.
Dude, Tamir is just running wherever the hell he wants. Now the contact into ramps, our Sage under a little bit of pressure, but he's going to stay here and fight.
Oh, yeah, weird situation with that Molotov. However, it is going to be Bottle falling an elbow to World Peace. And now Zhao, after hanging around, is going to find another pick, but maybe only the single. He's definitely given a lot of map control to D13 off the back of the kill that he did get. Destroyer as well, going very aggressive as the bomb gets planted on the A site now.
Yeah, Destroyer's made the perfect move. Again, taking that lobby control when he's all alone out there. Now Sage putting in another kill. Off angle here for Shinobi. Just misses the timing.
And it's going to be very hard for Shinobi in Annihilation, but that smoke starts to fade. Flash as well to allow them some space, some eyesight, but they don't need to see anything if Shinobi kills them first. And there it is, quick triple for him to get another on the round, on the board rather, for D13. And I am liking what I'm seeing now for D13.
You didn't have faith, Mac. You
didn't
have faith, mate.
I didn't. And I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, mate, like, I know it's a stupid thing to say, right? Because they got 16-5s on track on the first day.
Yeah.
But I'm watching some of those rounds and looking at how these guys are reading the game, and I'm like, okay, like, this guy knows how to play a T-side train. He knows where the gaps are. Unfortunately, there's no gaps when you're playing attacker sometimes.
Yeah.
That's how it be.
The gap was left there on purpose. You've fallen into the trap.
Tamir again. He's just going wherever the hell he wants. This man has just been everywhere on the map. Down Secret, down Vent.
Ooh.
Going out Squeaky.
Let's see. Xiao with his head down goes back up. So Whack-A-Mole has played and has to get his won many tickets. Now Tamir as well finds one towards outers and might control those holes. However, Bottle is going to be traded as a 1-for-1, and it's getting dangerous.
Oh.
Fever, nice headshot, and cannot wrangle another into Annihilation. So there is a chance for Invictus in the round, but it's going to be hard for Flying with the Deagle in a 1-on-2.
Yeah, Viva really needed 3 there, didn't he, to make this round look like it was going to go the way of Invictus, and he almost got it, but 2 only.
Yeah, I just want to see D13 play the molly here. Got the single flash for Flying. He's got himself an AK. It's very doable.
Oh, okay, damage from Annihilation comes through, but he's going to be running for dear life as Flying tried to chase him. Now wants to go back out to side as well. Double doors are closed, and so is potentially the round. Tamir not going to be spotted, and there it is. Perfect positioning from him to capitalize on the chaotic play Flying was trying to make. And D13, 3 in the lead on the T side. We may have to go into 3 maps, depending on if this form continues. Invictus seeming complacent after D13 have been stacking on these rounds.
Well, Invictus definitely need to get the last 2 rounds of the half. Goodbye. If they lose this one, it's going to be 10 for D13.
You know what? They're going to double up. I bet you they lose this round, buy Deagles, and win the next one. That'd just be classic Invictus.
Yeah, screw me, I guess.
Well, instant drop down into lower for Viva. He wants to put that up to use towards Secret. And actually, I like this. I've seen very little aggression from Invictus, actually, this half, to be honest, which, you know, I expected an aggressive CT side. But we haven't seen it just yet. South Sage finally getting on a deep line in towards Secret, Radio rather, and then you've got Viva over towards Secret, or I think he's just playing from Windows stairs. Tamir again is just doing sneaky things. Oh, he's literally got Destroyer's gun in his mouth. Oh, he's trying to strafe down the vent. What do you do now though, D13? They've lost one of the more important players on this T side. Now they're going to walk into an AWP. Wow. This is just a round that did not work.
Yeah. It's a little unfortunate, but it's also, I think, better for at least the contest at the end of the half here. We do want to have that final round be a gun round, which it will be if Invictus wins this. Annihilation sitting at 9.3k. He's got plenty of cash.
Oh, yeah. It's the piggy bank.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not unwinnable. Shinobi can walk into a pretty decent position here. Invictus is still quite split up. Only now that his Destroyer come up the vent. Oh, he's lost a lot of HP. I think he's just going to go down.
Okay, Molly's there as well to keep him hidden in the corner, and that's Annihilation's chance to strike, but Flying strikes back harder. And now it's Shinobi in a 1-on-4. He got a quick triple earlier, but this time he's not going to get quick anything but a quick death. And there you have it. Invictus back into the game 8-6, and they might just be able to make this 8-7 and keep us as close as possible before we go to the second half.
Still got 4 AKs, decent util. Got Tamir's got a techie. If he can just get into vent, then that'll be all gravy.
You could see the adaptations that Invictus made in that round as well, specifically Destroyer, who was sitting in vent. You know, that's a position you see sometimes when you know a team loves to do those vent drops. And this time it paid off. But it's also risky, because if they go for the upper bust, then all of a sudden, you lose the side.
Bottle trying to get aggressive on outer. Feeling confident as ever, loses his life. A lot of pressure on Invictus's rotations now. They're all sitting towards this uppers area. No one down into lower despite the wall of smokes coming out. And that actually might end up working out for them. It's going to be the wrap in towards Heaven side. Smoke onto Windows as well as Annex and a molly into Heaven. Viva's got to hit some shots with the AWP here.
Azteca is just going to run right off the roof of Annex into Destroyer. Not a good start to the round for D13 as they bring it back to 4-on-4. At least they got control of Secret. They're starting to get some control on outer. Viva's got no idea, but he's covered well by Xiao. That's not even an angle you even think about. But this is still 3-on-3.
He was rubbing his hands together, getting ready for that free kill, and then a fire started between his palms, and he was like, oh, God.
Everyone knows I'm here. Let's see if there's a way back into the round for D13, because the AWPs reign supreme. It is a couple of sharp ones from Viva and Jiao, who wants to go back out wide. The repicks continue, and Annihilation B-hops his way to safety, but he's not going to have safe passage. It's 8-7 at the half. as Invictus don't let D13 run away with it yet. Ladies and gents, go get hydrated. We'll see you after the break.
It's in my head, keep seeing you too many times, yeah. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you. I know it's in my head. Follow me around, okay, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my.
I fell apart when I saw you look at me that way. It broke my heart to see. It was a moment of darkness, a moment in time that I regret for being so heartless. It was a moment of darkness. Moment of darkness. I fell apart when I saw you look at me that way. It broke my heart to see.
Well, not a bad day at the office so far for D13. Maybe not quite an office, maybe it's a bedroom. It's got all of them there though. Seems like a good time. Anyway, 7-8. And Invictus, despite getting off to a good start in that first half, did sort of let the ball drop a little bit.
You realise
Just
a room,
5 young gamers in a bedroom making some magic happen.
You realise a room that you put tables and computers in instead of a bed becomes an office.
Well,
Everything's a
not
bedroom
necessarily.
if you think
Yes.
about it. Just ask my
You
puppy.
put a bed in an office and it become a bedroom.
Could you?
Yes.
If you put a bed right here, would it become a bedroom?
Yeah, well, this is a warehouse. This is a studio. There's a bit of a bigger
if you
room.
put a bed into this studio, it would become a bit of a suspicious area. Anyway, we got 5 Ts in the lobby getting ready for this annex split. Tamir's got his work cut out for him holding down this door. Start jumping at him. Running towards the rafters, though, could get some work done, but Shinobi shut down as well, and that's not how you wanted it to go if you're D13. You're going to have to attempt this retake, but a bit easier when they get a couple of kills here from Heaven.
Just the one so far, not quite a couple, but World Peace is putting on a show. 3 kills so far in the pistol. Defuses on straight away with the kit in hand, and there's no way Destroyer wins it from here.
You know
How
what?
do they win that? 2 on 5, I think it was.
His name's World Peace, and I was thinking, you know, he's very violent, he's shooting people, but if you think about it, if you kill everyone,
Yep.
then there's world peace.
Yeah, there will be a lot of peace in the world, but there's a pretty dark take on that. Anyway, let's move forward. It's 8-8. No, it's 9-7 rather.
Correct.
Teams flipped, different sides, etc. And some sharp shots from D13. Now it's going to be a nice purchase up from them. But also Invictus with a relatively decent buy. Just going for the deagles and armor. Not overly investing into the round, but Destroyer catches a grenade.
That's so annoying. He just sees the elbow re-peeking and he's losing HP. Just leave me alone. Stop elbowing me, mate. Here it comes again. Jasage's like, I know. I've seen this one before. I know what's going on here.
The elbow of doom.
Oh, missed smoke there as well, so...
Maybe it's intentional. Oops, I missed
true.
my smoke. Walk into my org.
True, true. Very true. Now, smoke towards Annex as Annihilation spots some bodies at Outers. Can't get the second. It's actually Hastika running through the smoke, spamming onto Bottle. And World Peace gets his hand in the mix as well, but Annihilation is going to lose his head. Let's see if Flying can get much more financial damage done.
Well, Tamir's only 16 HP, so that's very killable for this Deagle, especially if they're going to all run at him, but a few of the shots go all right. D13 up to 10.
That was a situation where you see the very rare Deagle collateral.
The highlight.
It's about to happen, but just barely missed. But there it is, double digits acquired by D13, and on the defense, they are off to a solid start. Invictus hit back, though. They managed to get a better buy than the previous on the board. Enough utility to make an execute or strategy happen. And let's see where they decide to go.
Seems like smoke on outer. Couple of smokes on outer. It's the wall of smoke. Tamir going to try and get his way into secret. He underarms a flash and he's actually allowed across. How is he sprayed? 3 people down with the famous. It's another one.
Yeah, make it 4. Finds himself the upgrade, or is at least looking for the upgrade. Can't quite find it there in the smoke, and Flying is going to be gifted the ace denial.
I want to see a replay and just keep the knife part in it. Okay, because it just ruins it completely. Just the 4K into completely forgetting, where am I? Oh, man.
Just too busy celebrating. All 4. Where's the gun? Oh, there it is. Oh, but Flying's on the other side. Rip.
That's like one of those situations where you kill 4 and you're like, surely he's the lobby lurker. And I've got time to get a gun. No.
No.
No way.
No way.
Couple of deagles here for Invictus. May as well be a buy round, really, for this team.
Well, I mean, I gotta say, I'm actually feeling a little bit worried for Invictus now.
Oh, they're definitely losing Nuke. 100%.
That nade looks good.
Just barely hit the wrong angle.
Is
Or it would have been good.
D13 playing well enough to win Inferno or Dust 2, though?
Maybe. Like, they're looking pretty sharp.
Seems like they, yeah, definitely in with a shout.
We'll see once we get there.
I gotta see how much they play those other ones.
It would be pretty egregious if Invictus were to lose this best of 3, though. You know, that definitely calls into question the 3 invites. If that were to be the case, particularly in the Asian region. I think over in Oceania, you know, 3 invites, there's definitely an argument to be made for that. But in Asia, 3 invites, in my mind, there's definitely a lot of teams that could take that 3rd spot.
I'd still like to see it just be, you know, 2
invites,
two
two quals. Yeah,
because it's even and it's fair.
Yeah. To be honest, I actually wouldn't even be against 1 invite.
True.
1 invite, Tyloo Renegades. Everyone else has to qual.
The best teams qual.
That seems fine to me
at
as well.
the time.
Yeah.
Works. Anyway, that's not for us to discuss. That's.
I think Vici deserves an invite.
I agree, but I wouldn't be against just a single invite system.
Yeah.
Bottle's not going to win this round.
They're a good enough team where they can, of course, can Bottle survive after time? He cannot. World Peace says see you later.
Don't worry, he's got, how much has he got? He's got, oh, he doesn't have enough for Deagle armor, that's unfortunate.
Like, the argument is it's pretty obvious that there is a top 1 team in both regions.
Yeah.
Whereas for Oceania, there's like a top 3, and for Asia, there's a top 2. There isn't really a top 3, I feel like, in Asia.
Invictus was meant to be the top 3.
Correct.
Because they beat Tyloo and Vici a bit.
And to be fair, they're okay. They have always gotten 3rd at these events.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess could another team realistically have done that consistently if
Should have
it
been
would have
Tiger.
happened? Well,
But they became cursed. It was a cursed Tiger ball.
I see.
It's interesting because every time we got to watch Tiger, they looked great. But then they just get bad results. And you just think, wow, how? Why?
Certainly could have made some roster changes when they were on top that might have increased the strength of the team. D13 start well this series. They can, you know, start to put pressure on even Tiger now in terms of who's the top Mongolian team. But Invictus got the first kill of this round, so maybe life gets a little bit more difficult. World Peace holding from this angle with an AWP. I'm not sure I fancy his chances quite so much unless he starts to get some backup. Util's getting thrown in. It's a flash. That's a nice flick from World Peace. A no scope, in fact. But there's way too many members, and that's why you need a rifle from there. Tamir can't get anything done with his AUG. And all of a sudden, Invictus have rolled through what looks to be a pretty damn good round.
Yeah. 4 alive at the end, if they do survive. Should be very good to stabilize that economy. Get it growing nice and strong. And that will help them to make a comeback happen.
I gotta say, guys, the stats for Dust 2 Inferno, comparing D13, I was gonna say D12, isn't that like a boy band?
No, I think
D12's
that's
a rapper. D12 is Eminem, right?
Eminem and
Or like Eminem and someone,
Friends.
I think. Give me a sec.
Isn't a D12 like the D&D dice?
Can't remember.
Yeah, maybe. What was I gonna say?
No, that's a D20, isn't it?
Yeah, D20. Yeah, the stats for Invictus versus D13 on Inferno and Dust 2, the comparison between the two is not looking great.
There you go. So it was Eminem and like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5. I think Swifty McVeigh is actually one person, not 2 people. There you go. So like five rappers, little crew.
Yeah.
The boys.
The boys.
Yeah.
That's enough for a Counter-Strike team.
True.
Chuck them in.
Yeah.
See how they go.
D12 when they get in the server.
They'd still have cleaner comms than some other teams. And wall of smoke across the outside for Invictus.
Ooh, they could actually spit bars better than the man, the legend, Elfish guy, who loves a good bar spit.
I love a good bar spit.
Yeah.
Yep. He's always spitting on the glasses to clean them.
Well, 2 very important initial picks, which will maybe give Invictus enough map control to make this split work. However, it's Xiao trying to make his way in, and in he will go onto Shinobi. That's going to be some solid entries, and just like that, Annihilation barely escapes the grenade and is looking to save the AWP across into the next, because if they can keep these 2 weapons alive, yes, there's a chance of a better buy into round 22.
Dude,
For now, Invictus, all the right decisions.
They're on the warpath.
Yeah.
Grinding this game out now.
You know, like, you say right decisions. I feel like they're just kind of doing things, and I feel like everything becomes a right decision, because when you have 5 people as sharp as the players on Invictus, you could just go, yeah, and then sometimes you win rounds. Sometimes it just happens.
It's like the Tyloo mentality, right? The somebody mentality.
There was definitely like an approach to that round. You know, they did the left side wall of smokes and then went into up, but you know, it wasn't anything crazy complicated or anything like that. You know, they don't have a hard lurk. They're not like playing with the rotations. Like you look at D13's T side and you're like, you got Tamir running around the map, getting info, like calling. You got old mates going down lower, then zooming up the vent. For Invictus, it's like, we are going upper and we're going to kill you. And then D13's like, no, don't do it.
Don't do it, please.
Don't do it. Please, no.
But then it happened. Because they're sharp. Zasage said that we're going into upper, and then he went into upper and he killed them all. So he was right.
Seems good.
That's how you call, dude.
Just make a call, believe in it, and make it work.
Got to lead from the front.
That's it. And you're going to lead from the front if you need to make a comeback happen, and that's exactly what Invictus are trying to do. And in round 22, it looks like that could be a little bit easier because there's minimal firepower on that defense. 3 USPs, 2 P250s, and 4 of these weapons. Make it all 5 over towards ramp. Let's see if Invictus head in this direction or if they make the right choice and take A for free.
Everything's the right choice. I thought we just went over that.
Yeah, you're right. So whatever choice they make, as long as they believe and do it, then it's the correct choice.
Whatever gets bottled closer to 30 kills when he had like 14 of them in the first 5 rounds or something.
Yeah, I think at halftime he had about 20. So
Look at all these mollies being invested by Invictus. They do not want to let any position go unchecked on the A bomb site. Turns out to be a waste of money because no one from D13 is there. But
it's about peace of mind, Jordan.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. Peace of mind for Invictus as they
What
wander
if you buy
into the site.
some locks for your doors, but nobody tries to open it, you know?
That's a good point. You know, for
It means something.
all I know, all of the locks I've ever bought in my life might have been a waste of money. Same with
Exactly.
insurance.
They probably were.
In fact, all the insurance I've ever bought in my life has been a waste of money because I've never claimed insurance.
Exactly. So there you go. It wasn't a waste of money.
I could be a few $1,000s richer.
I've claimed insurance. I've been robbed.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I've had car crashes.
How'd that insurance work, actually go for you, though?
Oh, you know, it's over a year later and we still haven't gotten most of it back. But look, we're still
So-
trying. They're just screwing us around. Anyway, that's another hot topic,
Look at
which
this.
I would prefer to avoid.
Odds have actually shifted so far in the favour that D13 is now favoured over Invictus. We're
Yeah.
still in the first map, and they're only up by 2 rounds.
That's like where you go look at the map stats and you're like, I'm going to make some money here. Not going to tell you how to bet, but there's money to be made.
Oh. Sharp shot from Annihilation. Slow peek from Bottle punished as World Peace drops down at the wrong moment. But he hears a lot of footsteps and will still get away to safety. But he loses ramp for it.
Yeah, man's got no grenades is the problem. Can't really slow that push down.
Yeah.
But Invictus is not keen to get down there and dig him out of the positions, so they're going to slow down, and that turns out to be a mistake because they're losing people right and left, running into angles that they can't really clear effectively.
Ooh. And 1 turns to 2 as the repeat comes through for Tamir. Up to heaven. Viva decides against it, tries to go for an ambitious bit of movement. Tries to pop off to the side.
Dude, that was like some
It doesn't
parkour.
work out.
That's like when somebody runs up the side of a wall and does a backflip. Then lands on
Essentially.
his feet.
I think he was trying to do a sneaky old maneuver to maybe get towards outers or just pop off sideways, which you don't need to do backwards, but some people find it easier backwards on ladders. Anyway, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. He just did some crazy stuff.
I have 4,000 hours of KZ.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just trying to break it down. When it comes to something that I'm pretty well equipped
Mac.
to discuss, I'm going to discuss it, Mitchell.
Hey, Mac.
Yeah?
I've never done KZ.
You've never done a KZ.
No.
Well, you play on 1.3 cents, don't you? Or 1.6? It's
Yeah.
too low. Too low.
True. Can't do it, brother.
Yeah, I've actually never KZ'd either.
Disgusting.
Carzade.
Yep, I've KZ'd every now and then.
Sad I missed the Carzade interview. But I'm keen for the Annihilation interview if you keep shooting people with the AWP. Because that is a key for D13 to win this series, that's for sure. Again, Invictus, they've kind of lost that first pick, and I feel like every round that happens, they kind of really struggle through it. When they get that first kill, it's like a bunch of bloodhounds, you know? They just start rolling out, but when they lose the first pick, you know, first pick,
Yep.
they crawl back in the corner for a bit.
Good Englando from Pilski.
This is my first language.
It's your own language?
Yep.
Can't even speak one language. It's rough. This looks like a good setup for D13. A few players on the A-bomb site. If Invictus walk out of Hut, Bottle in particular, I mean, there's just nowhere to go, really. He's going to get wrecked every day of the week there. Tamir catches Destroyer on top of Annex Roof, and this will surely be 14 up for D13. Flying and Xiao are going to look to pull off something magical on this B bomb site, but they've only got 15 seconds to do so, and getting a bomb plan down won't be easy, but there's the first chance. Flying not covered well enough by Xiao, and he's going to have to do it now alone. 1 on 3. Bomb plant has to go down. They peek him. What? No! You are not serious with me right now. That's an ace for Xiao, and that should never have happened.
Why are they peeking? So let that sink in.
Oh! Never in a million years should that have happened.
No.
I was just thinking to myself, how do Invictus win Nuke on the team side? It's always clutches.
It's always Xiao.
It's always clutches, man. They're always down in these 2-on-4s.
Wait, that was the ace as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my.
They're always down in these 2-on-4s. Viva's down there, or Zhao's down there, or
The
Flying's down there.
Can we get a replay of that? I want to see what the dog's reaction was to everyone going, "Ugh."
Oh, they have a dog in there?
Yeah, he was wearing a jersey.
That's what the D's for.
Oh, that's so cute.
Dog 13. They named it after him.
Maybe next round
The
we'll get a
13-year-old
replay.
dog.
Danger dog. 13.
I think time to sub the dog in. At least
After
it
that.
knows to run away. Stop fighting him, lads. Jesus. That's actually key. Like, that could have been a big swing.
Yeah, it can
Zhao goes down there. They have a couple of guns up. Then they're up 14-11. T's have to take a single save. Now they have to save. And Invictus momentum starts. Oh, that is some Deagle RNG.
It's got to be a bit of a tilter for D13 the last round, and how this one is panning out now as well. Flying just rolls around the corner and gets rid of World Peace's head.
You know what? I think the best play here is you take a tack pause. In fact, you probably take 2 tack pauses back to back. You get Will Smith in from Men in Black, and you just do that flashy thing on the entire team of D13, and just you tell them where they're at. Forget about that last round. Let's play the rest of Nuke.
Everyone pats the dog. Feels a little bit better afterwards.
Jesus Christ, that round. That might have been the best round of CS. The best play I've seen in a while, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That one certainly made you go, ooh.
Made us go, oh.
Yeah.
All right. Back on the grind. Tamir in a very aggressive position has gotten a lot of info for D13. Knows that no one's pushed outside despite the fact that they've thrown that wall of smoke. So where are they going? It's got to be ramp or upper. Nice little off angle from Shinobi. And I think they've waited long enough to get the extra rotation in here. Lindsay exit from Invictus. Wow. Molly on top of Silo.
Okay. Big XC, and it's allowed Flying to get another, but even still, Invictus flood the lower site, and World Peace is positioned appropriately to stop this cross. Almost enough damage, but it turns out to be a 1-for-1. And in this position, it's going to be hard for D13 to fight back in. Annihilation was in the halls, but it looks like the save has been called, and 2 weapons into the next is going to be better than none. But there it is. The equalizer, 13-13 now as Invictus have locked down yet another Annihilation. Going to be caught with his knife out. And has to get in a solid position to save said teammate. Invictus, though, money for days, are going to be trying to hunt this one down. And they've got the time to do it as well, although very standoffish.
This map should already be over, really.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
I think you don't come back from that, though.
I think Zhao just won them the series. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even memeing.
It's a round-winning... sorry, well, it is a round-winning play, but it's a series-winning play, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Was it a round winning play?
Yes, he won the round.
Moments of brilliance. Give me more Zhao Sage replays. I don't even care about the other replays. Just show me that again. Rest of this game. Do a quick one straight out door.
Oh, nice flashes. Invictus came in. They're making it happen now. They are just rolling over D13. Oh, hang on. Maybe speaking a bit too soon. Annihilation's up there pretty quick. But Destroyer, 1-on-2.
Whoa.
How has World Peace hit that one? Deagle headshot, he needed it. And D13, they have a brief moment of respite. They've got an extra round to play with now.
Oh, they upper rushed into pistols, Mac. They did it.
They did it. And that is a bit of a risky call, risky stack from D13, but it pays off.
Oh, he was just full running, trusting the RNG. The crab walk spam with the Deagle. Not too bad. Well, doesn't help D13's money out much. Tamir again going to try and jump up over the top of that smoke. Bottle's going to be waiting for him this time around. Chooses to fall back a little. There's Bottle and a couple of the other lads. Throw the wall of smoke across outside. I think that's the smoke ready for windows as well. But Invictus, this is what they do on Nuke, man. Almost every time, it's like they throw an out as wall of smoke and then they just rush into something.
Might go through the smoke right here, and Hasteka is going to get himself a freebie. Tamir holding well, but Viva trades back. Double kill for him, and it's a 2-on-2. Viva has gotten 3 in the round. It's just Annihilation left alive. He's going to go through the smoke. Destroyer somehow doesn't get that kill. Viva peaks. How has he won that? Oh, my word.
How does this keep happening?
You talk about moments of brilliance, Pilski, and there's another one. Destroyer's going to be kicking himself.
Jesus Christ. And you know what? Invictus is doing the classic Invictus T-side nuke, man. It's literally just, they brute force their way into one of the sites, and as long as they survive with 2 or 3 of their players, 2 players or so of them alive, even just 1, all of them can clutch, you know? They can all do it. Unfortunately, Annihilation ruins it. Shinobi's going to cop a little bit of a backstab from his teammate. But D13 now on match point. Invictus, they got to come up with another call. Can't say that last round was too bad, to be honest. Should have worked out for him. But D13, I think, you know, you're seeing them start to adapt a little bit. Some of these players, they're holding their util for the execute. Shinobi, you know, he's still holding his smoke, man. Last round, he just chucked that smoke on towards door. They got another smoke on reverse CT vent. They're not using it in the early round. They know that the exits are coming, so they're just holding their util a little bit longer. Did help them win that last round. Now smoke's in. Again, it's the wall of smoke. This time, Bottle. He's walking up Annex. But it's the commitment into ramp. Flashing World Peace off the line. He has to fall back. He's only got an MP9. He's got absolutely no grenades. Right, though. He's going to take a bit of a risk.
Hasn't really paid off, although it could have. Tamir drops early. Another challenge from World Peace. He's good with the Deagle, but the MP9 fails him. And the AK certainly won't be failing Invictus there. It's a 1v5 for Hasteka.
They're out of money. This is surely going to OT.
Not yet.
Never say never in this kind of a matchup.
Very true, but at least in this round in particular, they knew exactly where he was, last alive. Free A site, and they will take it. And into the final round of regulation. Look at that, D13, the money. Send it into the bin because there's not much left of it. Although, that being said, they did get gifted around with pistols before as Invictus tried to go fast on the upper rush.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Invictus is very much liable to speed up rounds like this, even if they know their opponents have pistols. This is where Invictus, you know, if ever there was a time for a good call, just a bit of an ante with a bit of a plan. Take control of something. Hold the extremities. This will be time for it. What do we got? Handful of digs, a CZ, and an MP9. No Molotovs. Not even all of them having the smokes. This is 100% a round where you just sit for 30 seconds or more, wait out the util, and then just go ahead with the util and the weapon advantage.
Is that the IG that you know?
No.
I think it is.
No.
If they hadn't lost against pistols earlier, I would say no. But I think they've learned their lesson.
Seems reasonable.
All right, so this is it, right? This is why you wait for the 30 seconds. There's literally no grenades left.
Oh, okay. They are going for an ambitious play, and Flying's waiting on the other side. Although, look, as the smoke fades, Shinobi, he's looking in the right direction, but he's just barely been unable to get that trade. Speaking of, it is Zhao who brings it back, and that's going to be the 4-on-3 now.
Oh!
This, it could be easy from here, but Annihilation has a different story that he wants to play out.
They just got to go together here. Doesn't matter what you do, just go together.
Annihilation does not want to lose this map. Kicked him screaming through the last couple of rounds. D13, but it's been Annihilation that's brought them here.
Beautiful.
It's a good shot from Bottle onto World Peace, but Tamir, low HP target, can make it happen. AK in hand now, maybe possible still for D13 to win. 16-14. Destroyers taking the challenge. Tamir peeks out a double headshot, and that is that. D13 will win the map, and they're going to be happy.